So we're going to go out into the streets of London and record what people's imaginations are like, how they mention Apple, how they see time, yeah, and then anything else that kind of comes up. Let's go. I've pressed. Right, hey Johnny.
Hey.
Right, so yeah, hi.
Hey, what's
Hey, I'm in the falafel queue with you, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, hello, sorry, what was your name?
My name's Jonny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Hey, great, good to meet you. Also in the falafel queue. This must be an amazing falafel place. What's going on
I
here?
hear nothing but good things.
So, can you imagine an apple?
Yes.
Yeah, so can you imagine an apple?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, can you imagine an apple?
I can imagine that.
Yeah, can you describe it?
So I'm imagining a Granny Smith, I guess sort of pale green, bulbous, a little bit of a stem coming out the top. A
Yeah.
few sort of freckles,
A few?
like freckles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you describe it?
It's red, it's got kind of textured skin, it's got a green leaf out the top and a stem. It's kind of mottled with like a slightly lighter green colour.
Can you imagine an apple?
Yeah, I can.
Can you describe it? What's it look like?
Red, shiny, in my hands, being eaten by me.
Oh, being eaten?
Yeah.
Like animated or?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it with a bit missing because I've eaten it, and I'm kind of walking around.
Oh wow! Are you in a particular place or just an abstract place?
Could be anywhere. Like, could be outside, could be
Oh.
inside.
And can you describe the apple in detail?
Red, very, tastes good. Has like a little stem on it, and yeah, it's got like a one bite mark in it where it's like fresh and yellow, and you can see a bit of the juice sort of around the edge.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. And is it anywhere or?
It wasn't, it was kind of in a white space, but
Yeah.
as soon as you said, is it anywhere? It's
It
now
kind of
in
moved. You've got to move with the queue, haven't we?
Queue and
it's the queue.
interview. It's now in a green, like grassy field.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And is it anywhere or is it just nowhere or
At
like
the moment, it's just hanging in sort of a white cove, I guess.
it's white again?
White,
Yeah.
yeah.
And does it have lighting on it? Like, has it got shading on it? Or
Yeah. So
how realistic is it? Would you say?
it's quite realistic, yeah. So it's probably got like a, I don't know, sort of a light pouring in from a 3/4 frontal angle.
Yeah.
Giving it a
Fantastic.
shape.
Next question. Do you ever see anything when you think about time? So when you think about your what you're doing this week, or you think about the year as a whole, do you have any kind of common images around that?
I guess a calendar, like on the wall.
Well, what's it look like?
Sort of a calendar, it might have some sort of image on the top that's not specified above the actual calendar, and then I can sort of see all the days in order, and I sort of imagine chunks of them blocked off with things I have.
Like a calendar of a month, like a month page from a calendar, or
Yeah, but it's sort of not a specific month. It's just I imagine that, and then so when you say, "Oh, what am I doing next week?" I sort of imagine that block, and then I can remember that I have things on the different days.
Oh, how's it arranged? Like, obviously, do you
Just
get a
like
pen for
lines,
this?
Yeah,
don't you?
like 5. Yeah, so each week is into line, but it's very abstract. So like, it's almost like the neck, like a rolling like 7 days, but I can imagine any 7 days of the next few months.
So you've got like a paper calendar, but of the next 7 days.
Yeah, I sort of imagining that when I think of time. So if you're
Okay.
like, oh, what are you doing next week or something
Yeah.
like that, that's what I would think.
And then how are the things you're doing presented on it? Are they pictures or writing or just
Concepts. Kind of
concepts?
concepts on there.
Yeah,
Kind of like
you just
blocks,
know.
so you know. So when you say,
Okay.
oh, what are you doing next Monday? I can sort of think Monday, oh, I've got football in the evening and I've got
Yeah,
lunch or something like that.
but you can see the calendar.
Yeah.
But is it a realistic calendar, like a real calendar, or is it like a more abstract calendar?
Yeah, it's realistic, but it doesn't have details. Like
Yeah.
Like it has a picture on the top of like a fold out one. It's on the wall.
Yeah.
It has a picture.
Oh,
It doesn't have.
What's
not
it a picture of?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it has a pitch.
And the blob that means football, does that look a certain way, or are all the blobs the same?
They don't kind of have a colour, they just sort of are.
They just exist
Yeah.
as conceptual blobs. So funny, isn't it, the mind? Okay. Do you get any imagery about relating to time? So, like about planning your week or imagining the year?
I plan my weeks out sort of very much week to week. I'll do so on like a whiteboard.
A real whiteboard?
A real whiteboard,
Yeah.
yeah. And sort of like, tick, sort of try and tick things off, or like write a little marker if I achieve something.
Inside your mind, then during a week, can you remember what the whiteboard? Do you do anything with that, or do you see?
It's affirmation, really. So at the end of every day, I'll like review what I've done, and I'll be like, okay, this is what I've achieved.
Okay. And do you have any view of the year, like
No.
any picture of the year in your head? No, nothing. Okay, nothing at time. Okay. Can you think about when you think about the time, like the day or your calendar or the year? When you do that, do you get any imagery at all for any of those?
As in, like, vaguely picturing, like a year?
Yeah, what's the year look like to you?
That's interesting.
Or what does your week look like to you?
That's really, I don't know, I don't visualise that too much.
That's okay, no, people do very different things, so just.
No, I'll think about, we should cue it. I don't know, a week looks like a city right now, because it's like very job focused. A year looks like a beach with sun.
So the week looks like the city?
Yeah, like a city. Yeah.
Like a city?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How are the days arranged in the city? Or?
It's not so much that they're like physical cityscapes, so it's more like, I guess, a metaphorical thing of like, I'm working a lot at the moment, so my week looks like a city punctuated with some green, because that's maybe like a weekend. But a year is more tropical. It's like a beach, because I'm going travelling in November.
So you have images around the tone.
Yeah,
of
I
the
guess
year
it's more, yeah, I
or
guess
the
it's
week.
a tonal thing rather than
Gotcha. Rather than like planning a diary.
Yeah, I don't. That's not really. I'm not so
Yeah.
litigious like that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and then the last question: do you ever like manipulate shapes in your head, like rotate them or put them in place?
Yeah,
and move
actually, yeah, no, I do. When I'm like,
when do you do that?
when I'm drawing or making something, I'll like visualize it. Like I've been cutting lino recently, so I sort of visualize what that will look like before I do it. So I'm sort of arranging the image, I guess.
Okay, what, like, you know?
Well, yeah, I'll
you're
see
cutting
the,
it
I'll,
to
try,
make a
I'll
shape,
see the
or-
grooves. I'll try and visualize the grooves before I.
This is my friend Jonny.
fans.
So it's right,
It's
kind of-
ridiculous. Yeah, so I think like that.
So you're
yeah.
cutting the lino out to use where? Like,
I'll pre-visualize it before, so I'll arrange it in my head. And the same if I'm like putting a basic piece of furniture together.
Oh, wow.
I'll also like arrange.
so you won't draw. You'll just in your head put it, assemble it.
Yeah, and then it seldom looks like how it does in my head, but like that's the theory. Yeah.
But so is it accurate? Like your lino cutting? Can you do precise angles?
Yeah,
and-
yeah. It's accurate enough.
Oh yeah, rotating stuff. Do you ever like try to rotate things or place objects in your head? And then last question: do you ever like rotate anything in your head, so particularly accurately?
Yeah. So I recently made a bike rack with my housemate. We're outside out of wood, and I find it really easy to imagine different arrangements of wood. And I think you kind of always have, and like at university, like working in vector space and stuff was always one of my bits I found easier. So I think I've always been reasonably good at imagining different spatial arrangements of things.
So what do you see? You imagine what the bike rack's going to look like?
Yeah,
Did you?
I can imagine what it looks like and how it's assembled. Kind of
And
together.
was that? Can you describe how good quality of that image? Is it just the shape of it, or do you see it exactly photorealistic?
Yeah.
Like really quite accurate. And you can change it in your head and try different things out.
Yeah.
And when you actually put it together, does it fit with what you imagined, or is it different? It fits quite well.
It is exactly the same.
Oh, pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know your own abilities when you're imagining.
I tend things I make tend to match exactly what I expected them to be, and I normally don't imagine something too complicated. That I make it.
Cool. Thank you. That was amazing.